Boobity boop. I've tried to say this but like 3D printers. The fact is, like NASA already has technology where they can 3D print edible like paste. So like you can 3D print food in space, right? So basically, you know how it's like strings, right? Like you know how it's like coils of like the plastic stuff.
Yeah.
So you can think about it. You can have basically this really thin, really light material. You can have a shitload of it and put it on there, and it weighs basically nothing. You can make food out of it.
We just call that cum. Like,
Well, like, yeah. I mean, well, that's been the problem is how like we've had the water thing down for a while. We've been able to turn piss in the water for a while. But like the problem was like food. Like, how are we gonna bring enough food for like if we wanted to do like and if we ever wanted to like do a long term space mission? So like the thing was always like, oh, we could always just like just have them eat their own shit. And see, it works with piss because there's water still in the piss and it's mostly water. Your shit is not mostly edible stuff, unlike the pisses. So it doesn't. It's not a two-way valley. If God wanted you to eat your own shit, He wouldn't have invented the dollar. Welcome to the Beast. I'm just gonna click it. Welcome to the Beast Unleashed, episode 9. I'm here with Raven.
yeah. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, that was a weird conversation. I just started recording in the middle of it. I wanted to see how it'd go. And yeah, this is how the Beast Unleashed is these days. I don't know. The Beast Unleashed has been doing really well on everything. Also, by the way, if you guys notice, YouTube decided to fucking take our last episode down, which is fine in a way because that last episode it wasn't bad, but like it was just like it was just fucked. But I we have some theories about Winnie the Pooh is the reason, but other than that, I can't really think of anything. Maybe it is because we talk shit about Christopher Robin. You know,
Maybe.
Raven, did you ever watch that? Okay, Raven, actually, did you ever watch that? What's it called? That live action Winnie the Pooh movie that came out a few years ago.
No, I didn't.
I can't. I swear to God, it exists. Like I don't. I haven't looked it up, but like live action
Yeah,
Christopher
it's
Robin.
called Christopher
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah,
It
yeah,
has Obi-Wan Kenobi as the main.
yeah. It has Ewan McGregor. It's called It's called Christopher Robin. I saw this in theaters, and I remember um I remember I just like didn't like it. Like I don't like how Pooh looks.
Uh,
Don't like doesn't that just look weird to you? Or am I the only one?
I mean, you're not the only one. No, yeah. I kind of didn't watch. I skipped it and watched the horror movie
Oh,
that Winnie the Pooh
oh
that
my
they did.
god. Yeah. By the way,
Yeah,
I need to
Winnie
watch
the
that.
Pooh, Blood and Honey. You know, that was better.
Dude, speaking of Winnie the Pooh, Raven, look at this for just a second. As we're talking about it, this was one of the pictures that came up when I just searched it up. Oh, that's good. But yeah, dude, I totally forgot this movie came out. It was it's kind of like a fun it's a fun movie in a way. Speaking of which, what is Ewan McGregor doing these days other than like playing like weird Obi-Wan Kenobi's cameo stuff?
I honestly don't know. I don't know.
Because he did well. Okay, so he was the kid, wasn't he? The kid in The Shining,
Yeah, I think so.
and then he played the kid in the sequel to The Shining. And I remember he was in that movie. It was called what was that movie called? Was it called no, not Big Fish. Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, there we go. Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, Doctor
I don't
Sleep
know.
was
It was, but I actually loved it in a
really.
weird way. Like in a weird way. Like I'm not saying it's good. It's just like when I watched it, I was kind of like, hey, out of all the things that came out this year, I was kind of pretty happy to have that one come out. Like I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10, just it's memorable enough for me to go, I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I
You want some really fucked up movie? I'll show you some fucked up movie. The viewers can go look this one up because I had no idea what I was getting into. Suspiria.
how do you even spell that?
I was just looking up horror movies one day, and I wanted something really cool because I was like in a mood after watching Midsummer, the director's cut of it that was over
Okay.
3 hours long. And I was like, oh,
Ew.
Suspiria. Like
Oh.
Suspiria popped up, and I didn't even watch the trailer for it. I just read the summary, and I was like, this is just literally about a bunch of ballet chicks. Like this isn't even scary. And as the movie kept going, like halfway through it, I was like, I was actually like, I don't know if I should continue watching this. I actually feel like I'll be cursed if I continue watching this
It's based
movie.
off of a 1977 one. Are you talking about the 2018 one or the 77 one?
2018 one.
Okay. Yeah, the 2018 one has Dakota Johnson in it. Madam Web.
Yeah. 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 It's a
Oh.
very
Wait, has Tilda Swinton in it?
yeah.
What?
It's the movie I never even knew came out. Like out of all the movies in 2018, because I remember 2018 because of God of War and all the other stuff that followed it after Logan. You know, I I I I don't remember this movie ever once having marketing. I don't even remember there being a trailer anywhere because this is also Infinity War's year when it came out, where everybody cried about Thanos snapping his fingers. It's like this movie got absolutely no publicity. And I'm like, how do you have such a great cast and no publicity? And I watched the movie and I was kind of like, well, I'm never going to a ballet again.
Dude, it looks gross actually. Yeah, you guys should go watch this. I might watch this. Speaking of
The
movies that we want to
ending
watch.
fucked me up. Never watch, don't watch it high.
Okay.
Okay. The end of this movie, if you are high, you'll never be found again. It's like if you were on LSD watching the Doctor Strange scene.
Oh, dude, no. If there's ever somebody like that I know is on like LSD or some sort of very high amount of some hallucinogen, I am going to pull up on my phone as quickly as I can that scene from Doctor Strange, or the one where it's like mimicking that scene, because I think the Doctor Strange scene is mimicking one from like an older movie where like he like touches something, he gets like flown back and he gets like pushed off the like earth. Like, dude, that would fuck somebody up so bad. Like somebody would get so fucked up from that. Ah man, I can even imagine. But yeah, no, dude, that's crazy. She's 63 years old. That is crazy. She's as old as my. She is quite literally only like 5 months younger than my grandpa. That is not who I think of when I think of her. Like she looks so young. That's insane. I need to know
Yeah.
her skin routine. Like I want to look like that when I'm fucking 60.
I know, right?
What
We
the
need to,
what the fuck?
but yeah, that was just a creepy movie. So shut the fuck up, phone. Anyway, yeah. So it was like I was in a while. Like I really thought the movie was going to be crap. Like I thought it was just going to be one of those slow burners with like the crappiest reveal. But then when things actually started to happen in the most subtle ways in the movie, I just got I it made me close the door to my room, and even then I felt like people were touching me.
So speaking of movies, that if you want to go see, not go see a movie, but a movie you should watch, you can watch it for free on YouTube. By the way, I literally looked up the movie and it just somebody just had the whole 1 hour and 55 minutes of it. So it's called Les Doublés. It's a French horror film from 1955. It's in black and white, and it is absolutely amazing. Go watch it. You can literally watch it for free on YouTube. It's kind of hard to look up, but if you look up like LES and then you type in like DIB or DILB, it will immediately pop up. Sure, like it will the autofill will pop it up. Or actually, you have to type in LESDIADIAB and it will come up.
Well, I'll make sure to check it out. I do love
Oh,
foreign horror movies.
apparently they remade it in oh, what the hell? They remade it in the United States in 19 in 1996. It actually did huge at the box office, but um, it's literally just a movie, but in the United States. That's lame. Don't watch the United States one. It might be good, but don't watch it. Watch the 1955 one. Uh, Also, by the way, the main character from the 1955 one, um, what's her name? Whoever plays Nicole is the character's name. She literally is like the most like when you think a strong woman, empowering woman, this woman is like the definition. Walks around with sunglasses and short hair. She like is sassy. It's like, yeah, this chick's got her life together.
Yes, Queen.
So there was apparently
Well, I'll definitely look it up.
yeah, there was a German version too. Yeah, it looks like it looks like the 1996 version's good, but I wouldn't trust it. Not yet. Anyways, yeah, go watch the original because it's cool. Okay, moving on from that. Moving on. Go watch both those movies and then come back here. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Do fuck yeah. So do that. What else? Oh, okay. So before we get into the meaty thing, apparently, so Raven, do you know what Midnight Suns is? I think I sent you the thing. But like Midnight Suns is like the group that has like Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, and all that in it, like all the
Yeah.
sorcerer guys, including like what's the guy with the skull, the flaming skull? Fucking is his name just the flaming skull? What's his name again?
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, Ghost Rider. There you go. Fuck. Wait, is that Nick Cage? Right? Nick Cage plays.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, he's in that too. So apparently, that there's a movie that they want to make, but apparently Marvel's kind of holding it hostage, saying they won't make it unless Blade is successful. But like,
What?
but
Who
okay,
the fuck cares?
right? Like, who cares?
What does Blade have to do with it?
Well, I think Blade's in the group, but that shouldn't matter, right?
No, it shouldn't, because what if they fuck up the solo Blade movie, but how they have Blade in this movie is actually good?
Like Captain America in Infinity War.
Exactly.
Well, not Infinity War, in Endgame. Sorry, the other one.
Either one. Yeah. Like, yeah, like, because there's always that solo movie where it might bomb, but the moment it's put in another movie, the people who actually handle that one, who are different, actually do the character justice. Like, I just let the movie happen. People don't want you to wait to see if something is successful. We just want good, fun things that don't feel like you're pumping it out with an AI machine, something that has heart. So just put out movies and just be like, this is how it is. And then hopefully it's actually good and we'll like it. I mean, that's what they did with The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian just came out and was all like, yeah, we don't know how Disney likes this crap, but we're putting it out anyways. I hope you guys like it. And they just kept releasing episode after episode. And even with the ones that were a bit crappy in the first season, they were just like, yeah, we don't care. And they just kept pumping out the episodes. And by the time Mandalorian reached the end, everybody was like, oh, wow, that was actually really good. Well, no shit. Just make stuff.
Mandalorian went the backwards route of how Marvel does. Marvel will do movies and then they'll be like, now we're gonna make a TV show spin-off of it. They had a TV show and they're like, now we're gonna make a movie. But okay, here's the thing about The Mandalorian. We can talk about The Mandalorian. First off, The Mandalorian was pretty good. But the thing about The Mandalorian that was really crazy to me is when it came out, it would have been 2018, 2019. I think 2019, if I remember.
2019.
Yeah. So in 2019, Disney had just launched Disney Plus. Okay. And Disney Plus, I remember people were concerned that Disney Plus was going to be dog shit because when you think of Disney, you only think of like crap, like the kids stuff, like, nothing cool. But like the Mandalorian released on this. First off, the success that The Mandalorian had and the amount of recognition that it got, which even though streaming exclusive shows had been around since like Orange is the New Black in like Netflix days, this raised the bar. Like this was like the turning point where like people realized they didn't need to pay for cable anymore. Because like when the Orange is the New Black came out, it was like, okay, cool, Netflix has this, so now I can have this and my cable because it's worth it. But now people were like, you know what? I don't even really need my cable anymore. Like I have all these good shows, and like The Mandalorian was just kind of like like that. Like, I have all the Star Wars movies, I have this Mandalorian, I have all the Marvel movies. Why would I ever want the other shit? So that was like the turning point. The Mandalorian was super historic, like for what it did. But the thing about the Mandalorian that was always so weird, and this is my hot take: if the Mandalorian would have not came out, I don't think Disney Plus would have been as successful as it was. And I'm
No,
gonna,
you're 100% correct on that.
I genuinely think without that initial push, phone. I genuinely think that without that initial push of like that exclusive, you would have not hit the full market that they did, and it probably would have died pretty quickly, like Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
Because like
I agree.
people like the Discovery shows, but like they're not gonna go to Discovery Plus.
Yeah, nobody cared to go to Discovery Plus at all. They tried to get everybody to go there because they were like, "See, look, now we're putting Ghost Adventures on there," and everybody's like, "Nah, okay, then fine, I'll skip it."
They were like, actually, Zach Baggins is a piece of shit. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, dude, yeah, that motherfucker.
No, he. Well, I mean, essentially, he's semi
He
like
turned.
he's like essentially a con artist now at this point. Like,
He 100% is, and I started to hate him like around season 7
yeah,
of his show. Like season 1 and 2, I don't give a shit what anybody says. The
that's like
shit that
peak TV, bro.
that was peak, and I honestly think the shit that was in those episodes are legitimate, but then he turned into the exact same type of shit that it seemed like he was against at first, where like the moment he walks into a room, he does the most cliche shit everyone does. Oh bro, dude, do you like feel the energy in here,
Yeah,
bro?
I
I'm
feel
like, bro, shut the fuck. You didn't do that before. Stop it. Quit acting like you suddenly became a medium, dumbass.
and the thing was about Ghost Adventures, and you know what? This is kind of like the weird thing that everybody thinks of when like, okay, when I tell them like I'm a film major and stuff like that, and like all that stuff, right? And they immediately they're like, oh wait, you watched Ghost Adventures? I used to watch Ghost Adventures all the time when I was younger. That was like my thing when I was younger. But the thing about Ghost Adventures when I was younger was not only was it actually good, but also the thing that made it different is you had all these shows, but all the ghost shows were always like with some sort of medium or some sort of like person, or like it was just completely so fake it was stupid, like Finding Bigfoot and shit like that. In Ghost Adventures,
Yeah.
Ghost Adventures, whether or not it was real or not, kind of took this really eerie, creepy aspect to it, where it was just like we got two guys with a camera, and then we got three other guys who are like the main guys who are on camera, and this is how we do it. And we're just gonna
Yeah,
go to this really creepy place and spend the night and like try to catch stuff.
and it wasn't clickbaity either.
No,
Like
it wasn't.
Ghost Hunters turned into some
It
complete.
was when YouTube, dude. It was when people
yeah.
like Mo Sargi and all those guys, and like FaZe Rug, I think was the big one. When FaZe Rug did those stupid tunnel in my house is haunted bullshit. When he started doing that shit, it like spawned a wave of YouTubers that did this, and like every TV show wanted to become like a YouTube clickbait show. And so, you know how like now a lot of TV shows are made to try and just get like moments that are like perfect to post
Mhm.
on like social medias and stuff. Like that was kind of how it was. It was like they just wanted big moments for like that they could leave people on cliffhangers. Like going to this tunnel at 3 a.m. We got fucked? Question mark? Question mark? Like stupid shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghost Hunters, the show that started the ghost hunting, because that's what it was called, Ghost Hunters. I started to hate it because at the beginning of the episode, it would be like, "And you'll never guess what we found in her place," and the whole fucking show, it's nothing. We're not getting anything. And then the commercial would happen, and they'd be going like, "You'll never guess what's gonna happen at the end of this thing when we review all the footage we didn't know was happening in real time." And then like it finally gets to the end where the whole episode's boring and they're sitting down with the owner. "So we found this. Did you see that? The camera winked. You see that was proof. You're right. Yeah, this place is haunted." I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like,
Oh
what?
my god, Raven,
That was stupid.
My peak show of all those. Have you ever watched Mountain Monsters?
No.
Oh my god, Raven, we need to like watch at least a video. Like we don't have to watch an episode or anything or try to binge them. We need to watch just like Mountain Monsters best moments, in quotes, best. The word best is in quotes because it's all just the whole point of Mountain Monsters is it's like these fucking dumb fucking hillbillies. One of the guys' name is literally Huckleberry, Like
Oh my god.
like it's these hillbillies, and the show is trying to be real, but it's so unbelievably bad, like badly done that you can just tell it's really fake. So like there was one where they were like in so they're I think their whole thing is like they're in the Ozarks or whatever, and there was like this like chupacabra or whatever fucking of the like this big beast of the woods, and they walk around with loaded rifles, like guns with real bullets in it. And there was a fucking pig or some sort of like creature, like a pig or like a wild boar or something. This was a real wild boar. They didn't realize it was out there. Scared them, and they fucking opened up firing squad style and fucking murdered it on live television. And and then they're like, "Well, that wasn't what we were trying to get, but you know." And it's like, "What the fuck?" Like these guys are just and they would just like walk around. It's like these old guys like picture like a fucking mountain guy, and that's what you'll see. Like they're and they'll walk around with these loaded guns, and it's so stupid. Like there was one, oh my god, I can't even explain how stupid it was. It was like some like, yeah, no, we'd have to just watch it. It's but no, that show's like funny, and that was also like around when Ghost Adventures became shit. But no, like Zach Baggins turned into like kind of like a con artist where he's just like, yeah, he just like walks into a room and he goes, I feel this eternal energy right now. Like, guys, stop.
I know.
Stop.
Stop. Just stop, bro.
Yeah. What really got me, what I got really upset is I hadn't watched Ghost Adventures since like 2014 or 2013, sorry. And they decided to do an episode at Deadwood. Now I have a really good connection with Deadwood. We used to go to Deadwood a decent amount when I was younger. Like a few times actually, just a few times. Not like a lot, but I've been there a few times. And like the shit that they did, the city of Deadwood allowed them to go to some stuff that's off, like private access owned by the city that people can't, even the tourists can't go in Deadwood, South Dakota. Which, by the way, Deadwood, South Dakota is basically like an old fashioned 1880s Wild West town. Like they just never updated it. It's just become like a tourist spot. And so like there's like this Adams family house, and then there's a like a bunch of old hotels and stuff that are like really supposedly haunted, and they just like kind of made and like so I decided to watch the Ghost Adventures episode like after a few years of not watching, and I came back and it was just so unbearable to watch, and it was almost like disrespectful to like the locations that they were going to, and I was just like, this sucks, like this is kind of like gross, honestly.
Mhm. It was much better in the first 2 seasons when they were
Mhm.
a bunch of doofuses that had no idea what they were doing. They're just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna walk around with GoPros, bro. What happens with our digital voice recorders?" And it added the most eerie tone to it, you know? And it was like it was really cool. And yeah,
Is this ghost being a smartass and saying my mom? Okay.
I believe that's why one of them actually quit the group was because of Zach.
Mhm. It was Nick, wasn't it? That was his name.
Yeah, Nick.
Hmm.
And then he went on to do his own show that's even worse.
Yeah, dude. Like
It was,
you
yeah,
killed the man, but not the idea. Um.
exactly.
Okay, let's get into the bread and butter of this episode. Sorry
Oh
for
yeah.
edging you guys for so long. I know you guys are just like, get to the point. Yeah, it's a podcast. We're trying to get listeners up and viewer retention up. Sorry, you fucking TikTok brains. This is why it's getting banned. TikTok is done. It's done. It's over. TikTok is done. So,
Let the crab music begin.
yeah, let the crap music begin, dude. So, why is TikTok done, you may ask? Well, here is why. Universal Music Group, actually, I have it bigger over here. Universal Music Group is pulling its music from TikTok. The company's failed to make a new deal for the rights. Artists that are included under Universal are Kendrick Lamar, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Eminem, Bad Bunny, Drake, SZA, Justin Bieber, Adele, Lady Gaga, and apparently there's many more. This is, I think they said almost 50% of the top songs on, or no, I think it's actually more than that. I think it's like 60% of the top songs and like 40% of the total music on TikTok is owned by Universal. So they're gonna and how they're gonna deal with this is now TikToks are gonna just get like basically cut if they have this music in it. So like they're gonna basically say like, oh, you can either remove the video or remove the music from the TikTok or whatever, you know. And so shit's about to get real. Like it's about to go down. I know like we had, I remember back in like 2020, and Raven, you were about to go on a rant earlier, and I told you to just wait until we started recording. But like Donald Trump, when he was in office, tried to ban this, and it was like we both agreed it was probably just because they kind of just wanted a United States company to own TikTok, because when American companies own these big massive social medias, and they spy on you and they spy on your data, it's okay, it's totally fine. But the moment when a company that's not from the United States does it, whoa, hey, calm down now.
It's an invasion.
It's an invasion of private property. All right, U.S. Yeah, well, you know what? Then put an amendment in the Constitution that says you can't spy on the internet. Well, hold on. Let's just calm down with that idea. But no, these foreign guys, them Chinese, even though the guy who owns or is the CEO, I don't even think he's Chinese. I think their company's just based out of China, isn't it, or whatever? I don't know.
No, the original CEO was Chinese.
Okay. Yeah, but the current guy, he's like Indonesian or something. I don't know. The guy
part of Microsoft.
Yeah, the guy who went to Congress. And also, can I just say, this is how fucking stupid Congress is. Like, okay, the House of Representatives, it's hard for them to get anything done because they get reelected every 2 years, right? And then so the Congress, the problem with the Congress is they get reelected every 6 years. So you get these fucking guys who are about as old as the fucking earth in Congress, and like they'll be like, so if my son doesn't want his data being stolen by you guys, how does he do that? And they'll be like, well, you can just ask for the app to not track you. Goes, yeah, but you guys still take the data anyways, right? And he'd be like, well, and he'd be like, nah, I got my answer. And it's like, whoa, like, okay. Or like, he was literally trying to explain, he was like, can you explain to me how Google works? like what? Dude, come on now. This guy doesn't own Google. This guy fucking, he's just the CEO of TikTok. You want him to explain how the fucking quantum physics of fucking tubes and pipes of how Google works? Come on now. But Raven, what was your rant gonna be? The thing you were like, the only problem I have.
My problem with it is, when you can have the CEO be asked the question of, oh hey, what about your kids? Do your kids use TikTok? Do they like it? And his answer is, oh no, I don't let them use it. It's dangerous. Then what the fuck? Like, then why do we want other people to have it? Like if you want a social media, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care if a social media website wants to do shady shit. I mean, I am on the internet 24/7, and I'm pretty sure somewhere built into my Apple phone, they already stole my data. So there's really nothing private for me. I don't care if another country wants to steal all my nudes. Okay, good for you. Like, I don't care. So if I download an app on my phone where they're already stealing all my text messages, so what? I hope you really love what you read. But, like, if you want to do that, go ahead. It's just, for me, I find it extremely suspicious that they'll sit there, on one hand, the CEO will, both CEOs, the one from China and the new one, will sit there and they'll go, oh no, there's nothing wrong with it. It's great. It can never be used to promote propaganda. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool. So what do your kids do on it? Oh, I don't let them use it. It's too dangerous because of propaganda. I'm like, well, then, like, they give contradictory answers, and I'm all like, okay, well, how come you don't allow your kid to use it? The kid's a teenager.
So this was the thing, and this was the thing that got brought up in Congress, and I remember, actually, because I watched some of the things, and this was one of the big ones that was like, so in China they don't use TikTok, and he goes, well, no, we don't use TikTok because we have our own version of TikTok in China. Like, there's a different version. He goes, TikTok is an American-based thing. He goes, that's why TikTok is the way it is. TikTok is literally designed to promote basically American propaganda. Is basically what he said. He didn't say propaganda. He didn't use that word. But it was basically designed to promote America and American things to Americans and people. Well, I guess now a lot more people than. But like China in particular doesn't allow TikTok because it's actually banned. And the reason why it's banned is because of children brain development of children. The problem with TikTok, and this is sort of the problem with social media, but TikTok overdoes it, is its stimulation. The problem is TikTok's algorithm is so fucking good at finding what you want to watch that it will sit there, and even if it sucks you in as an adult, it will literally ruin not only your retention of like information, your basically your attention span, and everything you basically know. like everything that you do, it can completely change your life.
Oh yeah, trust me, I see that with so many people.
And that's the thing is like, yeah, like you can kind of tell when somebody like uses a lot of social media now. Like, like 10 years ago, it was like, oh, that person's on their phone all the time. Like they're just a fucking it girl, an ITGIRL, whatever. But like now it's like somebody won't be on their phone and you can just still tell that they either really have a really low attention span or they are like they have been destroyed because they've done this for years. Like
Yeah,
I have a
it's kind of like when Vine got popular. You can
oh
tell when people really couldn't handle anything past 7 seconds.
yeah, dude, literally. Like that was one of the big things that Vine got shut down was because Vine was too short, dude. If everybody just starts scrolling through hours of 7-second videos, the moment is you're gonna try and do anything that's longer than fucking a minute, and they're gonna fucking freak out. Their brain is not gonna know what to do because they're so used to just getting overstimulated with like short form content. Like I have a friend, and I won't say his name, but he'll know who he is when if he ever listens to this. But he usually doesn't listen to the episodes. But um, he uses TikTok a lot, and it gets to the point where he'll get done doing something, in his brain he won't even think about it. Will automatically be scrolling through TikTok. For example, we were playing a video game together, and we were in the middle of the game, and he messed up, and he turned, and it was my turn basically, and within not even 2 seconds of that, his brain immediately went mid game. By the way, like the game's not over, mid game to just grab his phone, turn it on, and go to TikTok. And
Yeah.
like how, like I don't know how that is so like that is crazy to me. Like that's why I always thought TikTok when I remember when DT was over there, he's like, they're gonna ban TikTok and it's gonna be immaculate, it's gonna be amazing. And then I remember like everybody was talking about it and it's like it's over, it's over, it's over. And then they're like, nah, actually an American company invested money into it.
Dude, see, you know what really pissed me off about that with Trump is this guy went from we're getting rid of TikTok. It's a horrible platform because I said it's a horrible platform. And we know China's bad. Okay. And we're going to get rid of it because it's ruining society and it's ruining people. And then, like, he goes on this campaign in 2020, which, of course, is definitely going to help you get all the new voters. And and all of a sudden, in like a month, it's like, okay, so we worked out a deal. It's going to be bought by an American company and nobody has to worry about losing it. And I'm over here, and this is just me, okay? I'm over here like, but you just gave like an entire campaign rally, like 4 of them really, that were about how bad TikTok is, how it's a tool of destruction and everything else. And then, oh, we worked out a deal, Microsoft. It's going to be great. It's going to be cool. It's going to be around still. And I'm all like, what? Is it's still the same platform doing the same thing regardless of who's in control? Like, I don't understand you. And I hate TikTok simply because if, let's say, we go to interview the CEO for Spotify, right? And we're asking the dude, the CEO of Spotify himself, oh, so do you have any cool playlists on Spotify? And he goes, oh, no, I don't use that shit. It messes and fucks with your phone and steals stuff. Then it's like, if a CEO won't partake in their own product, I'm not going to partake in your shit either. I don't care.
No.
They, I like a CEO who actually has hands-on development in their stuff. If you have bad reasons for why you don't want your own product, then I don't want it either.
So here's the best part about that. And I feel like this is kind of the age. Okay. And this is kind of sad because we were talking about something like this in my American, basically it's like an American government class. I've done so many American government classes, it's insane. They're all the same to the point where I could basically remember every single piece of information ever said. Like we do them like every year. I'm forced to do one. But anyways, we were talking today, and this was actually interesting because the professor that I have, he's awesome. He's like he's like a really like well respected, and he's a really good professor. And he was talking about like back in the day, and this was true, is like that when we were making like the Constitution and like the Bill of Rights and like even the Articles of Confederation, and that failed, but like when we were making all this stuff, we like of course you would have never known that this was going to happen the way it did, right? Like like that the internet was going to happen and stuff like that. But back then, they kind of knew that like people were slowly becoming worse because back then, and even up until I feel like the 1900s, people respected like everybody. Yeah, there was a lot of special interests. Like everybody cared about themselves. Like everybody since the beginning of time has been a little selfish, you know. But it's gotten to the point I feel like now where like, and I don't know if this is because of the internet or maybe just because of the way like humans have just evolved as a society, but like we just are so indulged in special interests, like our own. All we care about is just doing one thing, whether it's making money or getting something. And then like that's not enough. And like yeah, people have been greedy in the past, but like I feel like it's the worst it's ever been now. Like I remember this is like my favorite example is you said I wouldn't trust something that a CEO wouldn't do himself, you know, about his own product. Well, that was kind of the thing. I think it was about Kemp's or Baskin Robbins or Blue Bunny or one of those ice cream companies. I can't remember. But the CEO would literally eat all of his own ice cream, like all of his own ice cream. And he ended up actually dying of heart disease because he ate so much ice cream. But uh but the founder of the ice cream, he like that's like that type of respect is people were like, I don't even know, yeah, he died, dude. He was eating his own product. He didn't care. He was just a consumer as the consumers were, you know? He wasn't afraid to use his own product. And that's why the thing with like technology, it's like you gotta and this goes for everything too. Like you gotta and like cooking too. Like you see on like Master Chef or like these Gordon Ramsay shows, the first thing Gordon will ask him is, "Did you even taste it?" He'll be like, "No, chef." And he'd be like, "You're a fucking donut," because
Yeah, if you haven't tasted it, why are you making everybody else taste it?
exactly. How? Why are you so afraid to taste your own product? Well, I just didn't think. Oh, okay, well then get off my show because if you're not thinking about tasting your own food, you're missing the key points of making food. You know, but it's the
Yeah,
same thing for everything.
the only one that didn't need to taste their own product was Walter White.
Yeah, that's the exception. You know.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's like it. No matter where it comes from, okay. It pretend for a moment that the retards are right and that Harry Potter is evil. Okay, well, we're gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend. Okay, let's all pretend. The books teach you horrible things. We all know it. And then you have J.K. Rowling going, "Dude, they're just harmless stories. What's wrong with you?" And then you'll be like, "Okay, like, so do your kids read them? Hell no, that's bad." Like then it's like you're self
Hell no.
admitting, you know.
Fuck no,
It's like,
baby.
you know, if you can't do it with your own product, then I don't want it either. And honestly, the moment TikTok was a becoming a thing, oh, Vine got saved, it's now in the form of TikTok or it's coming back. I was like, well, I hated Vine when Vine was here. Vine was fun for like a few creators maybe who did some good stuff. But I was getting annoyed at Vine because now it was ruining all my try not to laugh compilations.
Dude,
And
facts.
I was just like, well,
Facts, dude.
I already know that TikTok is going to be crap. Like, I don't even care. I don't want. And then things got worse. I remember when there was a time where it was punishment to watch a TikTok, and now it's promoted everywhere.
Yeah, like in like those same friends that I have that watch TikTok like religiously now, like, dude, if we would have did that when we were fucking 14 and you would have been like, I watch TikTok, they'd be like, what are you, a fucking girl? Like, what is wrong with you, you know? Because everybody's like, oh, TikTok's just musically or whatever it was, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like
remember it starting out that way too.
yeah, like I
The
well
shitty dances.
dude, no. I remember fucking musically we caught my friend on doing musicallys and he
No.
was doing them shirtless in the fucking bathroom.
No.
It was so good. He used to be tubby too. It was kind of funny. So he'd be like, well, he's not really my friend, but he's a kid I know. And I remember like somebody found them and it was so bad. Like he literally, you know that song where it's like in the name of love. That song he was doing that
Yeah.
shirtless in the mirror of his bathroom. And I was just like, this life can never be topped now. There, no,
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what happened to musically. Musically, like died, didn't it?
TikTok killed it, bro.
Yeah, dude. It's like you know that scene from The Incredibles where it like shows each thing like killing each other, and then like the one final thing finally comes and starts taking everything out. That's TikTok. Fucking Instagram dead.
Mhm.
Twitter has to be reformed and bought by Elon Musk, even though it didn't need to happen. It was fine. But, now it's bought by fucking Elon. Boom. Facebook's dying. Boom. LinkedIn's dying. MySpace is dying. Fucking boom, 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 boom. Just like taking them out back and send them to hell. Actually, it's insane. The social media market, I can't remember, but in 2020 or 2, I think it was 2022, which was like the height of TikTok, like late 2022. And I don't know, I'm sure TikTok is just as big as it is now, but I remember like late 2022, these motherfuckers, it was 55% of the social media market was all TikTok. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's compared to literally every big social media there is, made up the other fucking like 45 to 47% or whatever. Like, it was like insane how big the TikTok market was. And actually, it's gotten to the point where like now for like career pathways and the podcast that we do, our first thing is, can we market this to people who are like on TikTok? In like marketing classes, like the guy I do the podcast with, he's a professor of marketing, and like his big thing is basically like, how do we market on social media, like on TikTok in particular? And it's crazy how like that's the big thing now,
that it's the standard.
Yeah, it's the standard that they're teaching in classes. It's crazy. But the one thing that I always thought was cool is like TikTok, the way TikTok works is it also, if you're a creator, it also makes you feel like it gives you a dopamine rush, because TikTok counts views very lightly. Like, you just have to like basically see an image of it and it counts as a view. And so sometimes like it will hit the algorithm and your video will get like 50 million views and you'll be like, holy fuck. And like your whole entire dopamine is gone for the rest of your life off this one thing. And then you keep trying to recreate it. And then like you just like turn into madness. Kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
China won.
China won, US 0.
I'm sorry, I had to. I mean, if it's bought by Microsoft, it technically did.
Yeah, facts. Fuck scumbags.
Thanks a lot, Bill Gates. Dude, you just couldn't let us get rid of it.
Dude, if I could use Linux, if I actually cared enough to use Linux, I would use it. Like, even Linux isn't safe, though. Like, Linux is just...
Yeah, Linux is only quote unquote safe because nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck to use it. That's why. Nah, it's like Firefox. It's like, did you know Firefox is the most secure browser? Yeah, it's because nobody even is like, dude, you're still on Firefox, bro.
Yeah, nobody uses it.
Mozzarella Firefox. That's what we used to call it, because it was Mozilla or whatever. We used to call it mozzarella. Yeah. Oh man, no, fucking Firefox is dead. I remember actually, dude. I don't know why
I pirate shit off of Mozilla.
Really?
Yeah, I don't pirate it off of Chrome. Why would I pirate it off of Chrome? Everything done on Chrome is tracked and documented by my Google account. Like, I'm not gonna have it. I'm not gonna have Chrome documenting to my ISP and my account.
Look, if Adobe comes knocking on my door because I own Adobe 2021, listen, Adobe, you have bigger fish to fry than me.
Yeah, I've noticed I get more copyright notices from my ISP if I do Chrome than if I do Mozilla.
Yeah, dude, like, I'm waiting for the time where I get like a fucking like a mail, like a letter in the mail, like a letter, and it just says you're being sued by Adobe. I'm gonna be like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? That's gonna be the
like, come at me, bro.
Yeah, literally come at me. And here would be my argument in court is, first off, I know the argument of, we always say, like, if property isn't, what is it? If property isn't owned, then piracy isn't theft or whatever. We use something like that, but that would never hold in court, despite that, because all private property is theft regardless. But anyways, so the thing that would stick in court is the judge having pity for me. Because, like, think about it. You're a multi-billion-dollar company, and I am one dude who pirated one thing. I'm a broke college student who has no money, and my college will not pay for what I need to do for work. And I'm just trying to make ends meet, and you're coming after me with $1,000 lawsuit over a product that literally costs, like that amount of money per year, but also still like I don't have the money. Like if I had the money, I'd pay for it, you know. But like that's and the judge could have pity for me and he'd be like, you know what, this is bullshit. I don't because here's the thing is even though the judge can kind of the thing is the law is kind of goofy because sometimes in cases like that, even if you kind of did break the law, the judge could still be like,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, the judge can still be like leniency. We
this is
get
my
it.
argument in court. Yeah, Lazy Town's pretty good. I love Lazy Town. It's so sad that guy died.
Dude, it is, man.
Oh,
It's the one time that meme magic cured cancer for a short moment.
yeah. Oh, he was a cool dude. We are number one. Hey, hey. It's a good song. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna call it. Thank you for watching the Beast Unleashed. As always, hit the ring-a-ding-a-ling bell, comment, subscribe. If you're on Spotify and all those good places, make sure to click follow and download, and maybe even leave us a 5-star review. You never know how. You never know how that will go. So yeah, thank you guys. Raven, anything you want to end off the Beast Unleashed with?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.